Good morning. The one and only triple the G.O.D. live right here with you on Team JRF TV. Of course, the most dangerous hands in the multiverse of loose, giving our news, but know that we are not alone. Always flanking me, Squish, Murder, and the Squadron, the congregation. Betsy, Janine, Magdalene holding down the ones, the twos, the threes, and the fours. And especially you, because you make this happen. And please, take this welcome back, because we love to have you here, because we have got some work to cover today. It has been a wild 36 hours for people who are affected by this leak we're about to take a look at. And when I sat up here and thought about this, about how I wanted to attack this, how I wanted to handle this news, is that it took me back to when Rock got leaked the way that he did, and how literally, like, actual not playing on the internet, how angry I was at a person for taking something away from me. And in this instance, we understand and know now that after everything has been vetted and everything, this was an accident. Accidents happen sometimes. Ono feeling kind of sad to people at Capcom who worked hard to not only sit up here and own this mistake, do the damage cleanup control that it took to get this information out to you. A shame they couldn't release the characters earlier, but then that would upset a lot of things which are starting today, so I kind of understand why you couldn't get that out ASAP. Also, on another fence of this, because I'm just going to say this just for the sake thereof, you got Wiz on the internet like, he's sitting up here looking at him and his boys like, that's lost revenue. Them lost Twitch eyes, and I can understand it. As businessmen, I understand how you feel. Like, this leak costs you money. And I'm like, me a decade ago couldn't understand that. Me right now, I definitely can, and I understand what it is. In the instance of all of this, knowing that this information has been out for days now, and understand it in that same mix of talking about when I was angry about Rock, my stance has not changed. Y'all still some attention hoes. That's just what it is. I cannot apologize for the phrase that I use, but it's the truth. But also understand that on that same flip that I understand why Wiz is pissed off, I understand why people do that shit. More than ever, I understand and I get it. We live in a world that is faster than a New York minute. Seconds are equivalent to days. This internet, your life changed in a second. Somebody get on the internet, start talking about you, your whole career ruined. Like, we live in a world like that, and I'm not really finna get into that, but I really want you to take a second and really understand, like, why people do what they do. The psychology behind pay attention to me, because I'm not going to get this attention any other way. So now the people who leaking this stuff is like, eyes on me now. So you either finna cash in on it or you about to cash out, because how much information you got? How long can you keep up whatever rules, whatever game you playing? That's business. And again, I respect that. I respect that that's how you handling your business, because at least you business savvy enough to understand to try to take advantage of the spotlight you've given yourself. But at what cost if you giving yourself all this light on you? Are you betraying friendships to get this information out to people? Are you burning your own bridges? Which is something I know plenty about, given. But what is it that you're doing that leads to these things? Again, neither what I'm talking about or what happened actually, which leads into our content for this video, and spoiler alert for the other 3 videos, for the total for 4 videos that we've got to cover, because we've got to cover this information as a whole. We have to take a look at one Edmund Honda. We have to take a look at Miss Poison, and we have to take a look at Detective Thickums, Miss Detective Lucia Morgan, Miss Detective. We just call her Miss Detective. That's what we do around here. We have got a lot of work to do. So again, before we get into the work, and I get little sis up in here, we handle this business, we do what we do. My condolences to everybody at Capcom and Ono for doing what you can, for handling this situation with grace and respect. That's what it is. And if other people, are more than their fallout, you have my condolences, but you'll get them next time. You know what I'm saying? You can't let your last defeat be your last defeat. You got to use that last defeat to work to your next victory. Helping you, help your mother show. Triple the G.O.D statement. Alright. I'm done talking. We have got trailers to get to. We have got characters to cover. We have got a lot of work to do in this single video on top of the other 1, 2, additional 3 videos we got to do. So, let's get little sis up in here. Let's get some trailers on the screen. Let's get you the work you deserve. So, with all of that being said, super duper motherfucking magic box, where you at? Baby! Booyah! Just like that. So, we've got the overdue trailer about what's going on. After this, we're going to take you live to Cat Community. We're going to take you to the CRI. We're going to do a lot of work in this trailer and with this trailer and the work that's going on so that we can absorb some of this. Because now that I think about it before we get into the trailer, after we get done, before we talk about the news, there is something important that I need to say that needs to be heard, because really thinking about where we are at this point in Street Fighter. So, with all of that being said, now activating Street Fighter V Season 4, the Summer Edition. .exe. Rated T for teen. Where's the remote? Oh, here. 9, 8, 7. Okay. 6, 5, 4. I'm like, this would have been dope if this hadn't leaked. This would have been a dope look. I'm like, cause I get what you're going for. It's like when you think, actually, you know what? The main event. Okay, Honda. Before you talk about the main event, family, let's take it back. I'm stopping the video because we can do this. Is there something that you notice if you're paying attention? Do you see how the character select screen went around from Ryu to Ken? Well, actually, no. Actually, it's not, because see, I was thinking about that this was in reveal order, but Ryu and Chun and Charlie Nash were introduced all at the same time within Bison. Then it was, I want to say it was Dawson before Ken. And then Zangief got introduced later, like right at the tail end of revealing character, because he had his own thing at like a Russian gaming convention. And then Gao came in season 1, then Blanca came in season 3, and now we got E Honda. You can let the video play now. There. This should be interesting because given like what this game is and what it does for characters, it should be interesting to like really see what Honda got. Okay, he got like juggles. What the? Okay, you can cancel 100 hand. You can cancel 100 hand into a sumo press. I am done. Like what? Okay. So you can cancel 100 hand slap into everything in the world. And look, that Ochio is super dirty. I'm like, okay, sweep him. A guard break sumo headbutt. Why? A guard break sumo headbutt. Are you serious? Oh, man. Good for you. Oh, word. So this is how y'all was gonna do it? That map should look very familiar to anybody who played Final Fight 3. So we're about to take a look at Detective Thickums. So I'm gonna shut up. Okay, I am loving the Boston accent, you know what I'm saying? Playing off Cody, you know what I'm saying? I love it. Okay, classic Final Fight 3 shit. Okay. Burning kick, the combo. Okay. Okay, so she can do her okay, Tonfa. Okay, if you gonna have it, okay, do it correctly. Okay, I like it. She's sitting up here playing hacky sack with fireballs. Okay, this is the sexiest thing I've seen this morning. But only been up for an hour and a half, so. Oh, and her critical art is the super for Final Fight 3. Love it. I'm with you. I'm like, I love the thick legs. I love the Boston accent. She playing hacky sack with fireballs. I love it. Oh, of course. Yeah, I would have immediately recognized this Miss Poison. So what's different about you? Oh, she has a whip now. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, just like when Cody came out and you learned the tornado sweep was a thing from from Mighty Final Fight, somebody remember Poison had a whip in a game called Final Fight Revenge. It wasn't like this, but you remember she had a whip. So it is what it is. Damn. Okay, command throw. I love it. Okay, she can throw a Molotov. That's sensible. I like this. Throwback. Wow. And there you have it. This is very true. I'm with you. Boy. Man. Okay, I think the throwback stage. I like it. I'm like, I just need to see. Okay, I love that the Yakuza joint. That's kind of sick. I like that. Okay, she got her throwback costume. I like it. You know what I'm saying? And Poison. You know what I'm saying? Got ooh, wow, yums. Okay, yeah, I'm with everything this is. Okay, yeah, that's something we need to talk about because I see the picture. There is something very important under this that talks about that you can get all three of these characters in a bundle, but it don't come with the costumes or the stage, which usually how it works with characters anyway. Now that I think about it, so it's not really all that bad. Not really. Oh boy. Oh, you weren't supposed to see this yet. Oops. Pressing buttons way too soon. I'm supposed to press this button and then this button. See, that's how that's supposed to work. So I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm also going to close this. I'm close this. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. So with all of that, let's get you to my other girl. You know what I'm saying? You got to peek early. You know what I'm saying? Like that's stuff. I was gonna make a joke about private rooms. I'm not gonna do that. Let's go motherfucking Chrome up here in the situation. Let's see what's going on with E Honda, with Lucia, and with Poison, and find out what's going on about what's going to happen and how this is going to change things. But before we do that, there's something that I want to say because I think I need my full face to be seen as I say this because this is important. Capcom, yes, I have full condolences that this stuff got me thoroughly, and given the way that y'all were revealing these characters, I would have marked out multiple times. Number one, the whole countdown to E Honda, that was dope. Using Street Fighter 2 to make sure that the original 8 World Warriors are in the building. I could tell you that Final Fight 3 map of Metro City at any time, at any day of the week, because Final Fight 3 is one of the greatest games of all time, and Lucia is my chick on Hood. And you know Poison is Bay, so I would have ultimately recognized that this is going on. I would have recognized this. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with all of that. If, and this is important, if back in December, you would have said this when Kage came out, you might have not had the internet bugging Ono every damn day for some information about this video game. If you would have just stood in front and just explained, yo, we finna give you Kage now. Wait to Evo, we got you. This is going to be the game you're going to play. This is how we're going to start the Capcom Pro Tour. This is what it's going to be until we get to Evo. We're going to flip it up on you, give you a season 4.5, and this is the way the season will end. And we will repeat this by giving you more characters, which will end season 4, also begin season 5. It would have taken you the same time it took me to say it. You wouldn't have had all of this bad stuff surrounding your video game for people pointing fingers at, like, remember 2016 when your game was shit and I hated it and you didn't tell me anything for a whole 10 months and you could have just got out at any point. Like, the perfect point to say this would have been right before the Capcom Pro Tour 2019 started. To be, yo, you've been waiting for some information, here it is. Wait till Evo. This is the game you're playing until Evo is over. This game will change. We got some work for you, and that's all you had to say. The radio silence was a bad idea. Given that this game and everything in it carries, and the people who hate it, and the people who apologize if it gets, and the people who fall in between, and me, who falls nowhere in that spectrum, because my job is to sit up here and just love these games for what they are and not judge them for what they are. What I do. I love them for what they are. I sit up here and I look at it and judge it based on it, but I'm not here to pass that judgment. I'm just here to form my opinion based off the information you give me. That's how this magically works. You should have just said something. The radio silence was a bad idea. Allow me to repeat it. That doesn't mean that your radio silence for this long, give or take, doesn't mean that the karmic retribution for that is what would have been a mark out moment for me and other people who not only love Street Fighter but who love Final Fight and kind of sort of understood where this was going, given that Final Fight is celebrating its 30th anniversary with the stage this year. And I'm sitting up here wondering where Sodom is, and I'm hoping he's along with Oro with that dude who leaked that information. So we'll see. Now that I've said all of this and looked at you in the face and said it, let's handle this business. We're going to take you live officially to Capcom Unity right about now. Google, Mark, and Chrome, where you at, baby? Just like that. I'm going to make a slight adjustment here, and I am going to bring up this. Give me just some water, because I have something to explain to you about how this is going to technically work here. Each one of these characters, right here, that'll be in Street Fighter after Evo is over, have a trailer. We're going to take a look at each one of these characters and their individual trailers, because there's information in here that talks about the V triggers and stuff, so we'll be bouncing back to this page through each one of those videos. So I just want to let y'all know that up front, because that's the way that I've covered them in the past, and no way to breathe in the buck history, even given that all this information has rained on you upon it once. The last time was when Forgotten G came out, and that's the way I handle it. So if you're going to handle it that way for 2, why not for 3? So it is what it is. So, and my remote just fell. So, let's take a look and see what's going on. Let me do that. Don't mind the fan. I'm hot and I'm up here sweating like a Hebrew slave. So we gotta do what we gotta do. Let's go. 3 new characters are being added to Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, pushing the impressive roster up to a whopping 38 fighters. The Sumo Wrestling E Honda completes the starting lineup for the original Street Fighter II. Detective Thickums, Miss Lucia Morgan, a detective from the Special Crime Unit of the Metro City Police Department, steps up to the plate with her thick Metro City accent and red hot kicks. Now, I will say this, and I'll probably say this a little more. I appreciate that, you know, that they sit up here and use her as a compliment to Cody, because, you know, his voice actor uses a Bostonian accent. So, you know what I'm saying? So, given that they wanted Lucia to go all the way, and I'm like, look at them thighs and legs. Anyway, and last but definitely not least, Miss Poison from Final Fight fame brings her cracking whip and striking style to Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. And like I said earlier in the trailer, somebody over there, just like they remember Mighty Final Fight was a thing, somebody remember Poison had a whip in Final Fight Revenge. So I'm just putting that out there, so just to know that I does my homework. See, you should have been here a decade ago when I sat up here and reviewed every game in the series. You should have been there for that. But anywho, these 3 new challenges are being added to Street Fighter V Arcade Edition and will be available August 4th individually for $6 and equivalent thereof, depending on what hood you from, or 100,000 fight money. A summer 2019 character bundle will be made available August 5th for $14.99 and equivalent, depending on what hood you're from, and will include all 3 new characters in addition to each battle costume and default colors 3 through 10. So nothing like a season pass. So, given the information that we know there's going to be a winter version of this, and I really think, I'm trying to think, am I on that page or not? I think, you know what, hold on, we're going to switch a page real quick, because I need to show you something real quick. Don't ignore all this. We're going to talk about this for real in a second. We're going to talk about this. I think if I do this, I think I think this is what I want. This is the page that I want, actually. This is something we already knew, but a lot of people on the internet were acting kind of weird about it, about not knowing where Kage sat. Kage is a season 4 character. I'm sorry. I mean, Evil Dan Hibiki of the murderous. I'm a scrub. Oops, sorry. Dan is my dude. I'm like, have you ever seen Evil Dan in Mugen before? He throws his picture and it sucks you in, and it's a command throw. I think it's amazing, and I figured, why not hell mention it right now. And here's your Poison, here's your E Honda, and there's the Tech of Thickums. Yum, 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 arrest me, baby. Okay, So I just wanted to just let y'all know that I'm gonna let that load, and we gonna go back over this way. So we're going to skip all of this because this will be covered in other videos. This is a stage. We'll cover this. Actually, no, we'll cover it now because it is not mutually exclusive to Honda. But I do have a question about it, and let's just take a look. This stage should be instantly familiar to anyone who's played Street Fighter 2 in the 90s. Honda Sento is a modern remake of E. Honda's iconic bathhouse from Street Fighter 2 The World Warrior. Blue tile flooring, individual showers, and a sumo-sized onsen filled to the brim with piping hot water from a nearby hot spring. What better place to kick back and relax with a towel on your head after a hard day of fighting in the streets? The new Honda Sento stage can be yours August 4th for $3.99 for equivalent depending on what hood you're from and 70,000 fight money. Does the dude in the background do the work when you win? Because if you get that wrong, that's a problem. You shouldn't do that. In other Street Fighter news, let me get it over here. Other Street Fighter news. I'll just explain this. You get the base roster from season. You get the base roster, and you get all the season 3 characters for this free trial that started yesterday all the way to the 11th. So if you want to do that, you can or whatever. And you can do that. So it's like sales everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It is sales everywhere for this game. Like the majority of the DLC is on sale on Steam, on PS4. A lot of things that are involved in Evo this weekend. The one thing that I will say that you should pick up if you haven't yet, for $30 you can get the complete set of everything in Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle for $30. That's not bad, especially given that the base game itself is $30, but it's on sale for $15. So if you already bought something or did something like that, you can pick and choose. But I figured I'd let you know that anyway. So it is what it is with that. Speaking of what's coming, because we're gonna show you what's now in a minute via the Santa Lucia is that Cody is getting your Virgil costume to complete the set that we have so far of Mr. Ken Masters as that boy Dante, you know what I'm saying, Ruben Langdon stuff. We got that boy Ed rocking the Virgil. We got that boy Ed rocking Son of Virgil. I'm sorry, that's a spoiler, but you already know it. You played Devil May Cry 4. Shout out to that boy Nero. No, we're not gonna do that. Of course you got who is that? Laura, you got Laura as Gloria. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what it is because I don't think no one has a lady costume yet. So that sucks that no one has a lady costume. But we'll get to that. You know what I'm saying? We'll get to that. So this is going to be the next extra battle after we get done with a character we've already talked about in the last time we had a moment with Street Fighter 5, with that being of course Ibuki with the Akane costume. So it is what it is with that. So his opponents may cry when Cody goes to battle in his virtual costume for Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition. This Devil May Cry inspired costume for Cody and accompanying Virgil, Dante, and Nero battle music will be available in the extra battle mode starting from October 30th and running through September 27th. Continuing, we have those bonus costumes and ways that we want you to spend your money. Backed up by the Psycho Drive in the Street Fighter Alpha series, M. Bison was not only at the peak of his power, but he also sported one of his most dominant looks. This menacing outfit returns to Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition on August 4th in Fighting Chance. So they got super big buff Bison, we got throwback Bison, and we got Bison. So you could win all of those things. So I just wanted to let you know that you can spend your fight money on this if you want. And talking about fight money, let's make a quick switch. So you know all these three. We got videos coming on them later, so don't worry about that. This is what I want to show you. Live right now is the Akane costume for Ibuki. So you can get the win gem for that right now. For all my people who sat up here and missed the Gutsman joint, we got the Gutsman joint for Balrog, and if you missed the Rashid joint, the Airman Rashid joint, you got that, and there is a Shadaloo Grunt. So I'm guessing if it's 25, so it's 500 fight money for one chance. You can quintuple your money if you sit up here and hit it. Here's the thing that somebody told me about that. Yeah, the metallic costumes are back, but I took a look at the game yesterday, and it's 4,500 fight money for a pool. So it was kind of different when it was mixed in there along with other costumes, and the price was different. And I think at that time you could use fortune tickets, if I'm not mistaken. I think I might be wrong about that, but $4,500 for a pool for something that you may ultimately sell for me, which may be less on the fight money scale, because I don't mind spending a couple of dollars on the game to do that because of my completionist nature. But I just wanted to just show you that this was what it was, and this is where Street Fighter is sitting right now. Is that we got 3 characters on the way, we got stuff. So it's like, if you missed any of this stuff, be sure to take a look at that, get those costumes if you missed it, and just do what it is you gotta do. So, with all of that being said, I'm trying to make sure, have we covered everything? Because yeah, we have. Because when we come back, let me switch it back to me now. Let me switch it back to you, boy. We gonna do what it do. Bring it over. When we come back, we're gonna take a look at character number 1 of 3. That, of course, being Mr. Edmund Honda, seeing what's good with Mike Ross's boys. I'm wondering if he's really gonna come back to playing Street Fighter now that the original 8 have been complete. That should be interesting to really see, given that he's like a really good Guilty Gear player now. But here's a secret about Mike Ross: he could always play Guilty Gear very decently. You probably didn't know that. But regardless of that, we have got plenty of more show for you. Again, one more time, if you forgot who it is that's been rocking with you for almost this half an hour, I am, of course, the one and the only, the chip of the G.O.D, a.k.a. Mr. CRACKCOCINE, hashtag entertainment's #1 dope man and the baddest monster in existence. That right there is Squish Murder and the Crew, a.k.a. the Congregation, Bessie on Special Projects, Jalene and Magdalene holding it down on the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, and the 4s. Please, sit back, relax, stay tuned, stay winning, we not losing, throw them dubs up. You know what it is. Look, if this is your first time coming through, we thank you for coming through. Hit the subscribe button, hit that bell. You want to support the channel, there are plenty of ways and links to do that via Patreon, PayPal. All my social media is all down there. That's how you want to get down. And for everybody who always come through, nothing but love for you. Big fist pound for you for thanking you for staying tuned. Look, we've got more show for you. And all of you other people, all of y'all, but especially you, more show for all of y'all. So you gonna tell them today how Triple the G.O.D is holding it down live right here on Team GRF TV. Bang! More show for all of you. Right after these commercial messages. Shame how it went down, but things are what they are, man. One more time, my condolences to everybody out of Capcom if this got outed in the way that it did. But we do what it is that we can, and we thank you for all of your hard work. More show for all of you. Right after these commercial messages.